Here we are, MOBIUS Arch. This is where it all started. This is where it all started back in 2018. I'm lucky enough to be out here all alone tonight again. This is not scripted. It probably should be. I just want to kind of just go over why I do this and why astrophotography is so special to me. So again, it all started back in March of 2018. First new moon of course season. I came out here not really knowing what to expect, and I wanted to shoot the Milky Way. I wanted to shoot the Milky Way rising over MOBIUS Arch. I had been seeing MOBIUS Arch in Alabama Hills on Instagram when I started just to kind of get interested in the Milky Way. I said, you know what, let's do it. 6 months prior to me coming out here, I had, I was in a bad place. I had something really unfortunate happen in my life, and I'm the kind of person who, when something happens, I just replay it over and over again in my mind. I just can't stop thinking about it. I just torture myself analyzing things. So I came out here to Alabama Hills, and I was all alone, and I was, first of all, really freaked out to come out here. And that's a whole nother story. But anyways, I come out here and I don't know what I'm doing. And I get a decent shot for what it was, and I'll show it to you here. But that's really not what's important, because I was walking back to the car and the sun was coming up. I was out here literally all night. And I get back to the car and I realize that I have not thought about the thing that I've been thinking about every 2 seconds for 6 months, the entire time I was out here. My mind was finally able to shut off and focus on something that I enjoyed, and I was able to be in the moment. I was able to be here under the stars in the moment, and I have not stopped since. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. I think it's really important that everybody can find something in their life that puts them in the moment, that puts them at ease, that just eases their mind, that allows them to be in, I think they call it a flow state, where time just passes and you don't even realize it's passing. So it doesn't have to be astrophotography, but I think it's really important that you figure out what it is that can put you into this flow state and not have your mind going 100 miles an hour if you're someone that struggles with that like I am. So that's pretty much it. That's how I fell in love with astrophotography. I think it's super important, again, that everyone, especially if you're going through something, find something that that you love to do, that you can always turn to, that's going to put you at ease, at least for a couple of hours. Here is the shot I took that night in 2018. I'm always going to love this image for what it represents. It's a single exposure I shot on my crop sensor Sony A6300. That was the first camera I had ever bought, and I had zero intention of taking photos with this camera. Little did I know that it was the start of something pretty important for me. So being the only one out there at the arch, I decided to take this opportunity to shoot the arch from the opposite angle. Now, you don't really see a lot of astro shots of the arch from the opposite angle, probably because it's pretty rare to be there alone. So I thought this would be a great chance to capture something a little unique. We're lucky enough to be the only ones here, and we're trying something a little unique because we have one of my favorite, most underrated portions of the Milky Way. I think it's called the Cygnus region, coming right through here. We got Mount Whitney right through the arch. We're going to do a 14mm panorama. We're going to have to do focus stack, arch focus, arch focus, arch focus, and then sky, 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 sky. And the arch focus will have to be long exposures, maybe 30 seconds or so. And then the sky will do maybe 20 to 30 shots for noise stacking. And we'll stitch it all together, and I think we're gonna have a unique look at the Milky Way with MOBIUS Arch. So here we go. I gotta say, I really like how this one came out. I love how the Cygnus region of the Milky Way looks, and I really like the arch from this angle. I feel like it has a lot more personality from this side. I feel like you can really appreciate how thin the rock actually is and how it twists into shape at the top. I also love how you can see Mount Whitney right there in the middle of the arch. Now, I shot this with a 14mm, so it's really small, but it's there. So I did end up doing a 5-row vertical panel for this image, but by the time I stitched it together, I actually ended up cropping off a lot of it, so I may have been able to do it much more efficiently. Either way, I really love the result. Here is a comparison of what the arch looks like from each angle. Let me know in the comments which one you like better, the reverse or the classic look. I'm really curious to know. So that's about it. This was a different video for me. You know, I've always been grateful to have astrophotography in my life, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate. If you stuck around this long, I really appreciate it. Do me one last favor and like the video on the way out, and I'll see you next time.